And on ASCSU campaign, stay tuned. CTV News starts right now.
Good evening and welcome to CTV. I'm Dylan Thomas.
And I'm Kirsten Swanson. Heading into this evening, we have the latest on the lower North Fork fire. Dylan?
That's right, Kirsten. Well, as you know, the lower North Fork fire began on Monday and has spread rapidly. The fire has thus far spread across 4,140 acres, destroyed 27 homes, and taken the lives of 2 people. And as of Wednesday, the Colorado State Forest Service issued an official apology saying that the current blaze did in fact start due to a prescribed burn performed last week. After this statement, Governor Hickenlooper announced a ban on all prescribed burns. And the fire is now at 15% containment, which is called to be an improvement. This has been an unusual March. As far as weather goes, March is historically known to be the snowiest month in the year of the year in Colorado. However, with temperatures hovering in the 60s and 70s these past few weeks, moisture is nowhere to be found outside the mountains.
It's officially the driest March in Colorado history. With this drought, humans and wind can be disaster's best friend.
You know, winds can play a devastating part in how fires spread in Fort Collins and anywhere along the Front Range. What we have going on in outside of Denver right now is basically a wind-driven fire, and that's how most larger fires within the state of Colorado and surrounding areas do spread. Is they are wind driven, and so it plays a pivotal role in some of these larger fires.
In these pictures I took from Aurora, Colorado Monday, you can see how winds play into fires, but human activity can start them. We went to Horsetooth Reservoir in Fort Collins to check out the dry vegetation.
Although this summer weather may seem like the prime opportunity to go hiking or even rest at the reservoir, firefighters advise that you take precautions while doing simple activities like that.
It could be as simple as driving a vehicle with a hot exhaust through dry grass. It could be someone smoking outside and decide to throw out their smoking materials in an area that is dry, say along a trail or even in a flower pot. It could be also as simple as barbecuing your dinner and in windy conditions where you have dry vegetation near where your barbecue is.
Whether you're out for a ride on your bike or you're just going out for a day with friends, firefighters urge that you understand how dry Colorado is.
You know, it's really unfortunate that the dry weather is bringing on this drought to Fort Collins and the rest of Colorado. But we do need to know that as long as you're going out having fun at the reservoirs, having fun at the parks, you still need to make sure to be precautious with everything you do.
Absolutely, and with all of this warm weather, people are definitely going to be out there doing that. With us is our weather anchor, Kari Pills, to tell us what the week has in store for weather. Kari?
Thanks, guys. It's definitely been a very dry month so far. And with wildfire season in full force, I want to give you some safety tips in case of an emergency. Always have a fire extinguisher on hand in case you have no other way to defend yourself. Know your escape route as well as a backup one in case you need to evacuate. Make sure to check the batteries in your smoke detector every month. This is one of the first things that will signal you if there's an emergency. Now moving on to our 7-day. Today was a very dry day across the state. We had a high of 78 degrees here in Fort Collins and some light wind coming in from the southwest. Temperatures are going to stay in the same range for most of the week, but Saturday, get out that sunscreen. It's going to be a warm one. We'll see a high of 83 degrees, a possible record breaker for this day. And Sunday, the temperature will drop quite a bit, down to 66 degrees. We could also see some isolated showers in the afternoon. Monday and Tuesday will both be sunny and clear with a light breeze and highs in the 60s. Well, that's all I have for you this week. Let's take it back to the desk.
All right, thanks, Kari. It's the video that everybody's been talking about. Coming up after the break, we'll show you what happened in Old Town last weekend.
And we'll hear of the dangers one bicyclist in Boulder encountered.
Bring out the action hero in you. Be part of the greatest action movie ever. Show us how you train and eat like an action hero. Join in at actionheroalliance.com.
Welcome back. After an incident in Old Town last weekend, police are investigating whether or not their officers acted responsibly. The video shows a man talking to an officer who appears to suddenly shove him backwards. You can hear people in the video saying that the man was not provoking the officer in a way to deserve this shove. Police say, quote, "We don't want to jump to any conclusions, but I want to assure the public that we will look carefully at what took place in the video."
You know, Kirsten, it's unfortunate that events like this actually happen out there, but it's good that this video is being processed through the system and that they're actually putting some word to it.
Absolutely. It got a lot of attention on YouTube. It really went viral, and it's good that, like you said, they're paying attention to it because the rest of the public is definitely paying attention to it as well.
Yeah, definitely. All right, well, a 21-year-old man in Boulder is facing charges of physical harassment and flourishing a deadly weapon after he threatened a bicyclist with a machete. The victim was riding his bike when the man in the car spit and it landed on his arm. The victim proceeded to catch up with the car and confronted the man. That's when the man pulled out a large black machete and, quote, chopped him. The man was arrested and his name has still not been released. Now, that's a really scary story right there. I don't really know what I would rather have to see a video of that or the arrest downtown.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if I'd want to see the chopping machete story.
Exactly. It's pretty scary. All right, well, coming up after the... Oh, I'm sorry.
Coming up on CTV, we'll have the ASCSU debates, and we'll have video from that as well as a profile of one of the campaigns.
We'll be right back.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back. CTV not only covered the debate, but we also have for you profiles on the individual campaigns. Tonight, we will take a look at the Dietrich and Muller duo.
Construction, yeah.
My academics.
Academics, yeah. Always got to remember why you're here.
Yeah.
Yes, construction, academics, and other issues were the topic of conversation Tuesday at the Dietrich and Muller tent. This casual duo is running for ASCSU president and vice president this year against only one other campaign. The duo, with little previous ASCSU experience, hopes to bring new and fresh ideas to campus. Things like revamping Ram Welcome by incorporating a large concert at Hughes Stadium, retiring the Ram Ride Return program that was recently started, and creating a Veterans Memorial on campus to pay respect to the Iraq and Afghanistan war veterans.
You know, it's a great program. It was a great idea. I don't think it was advertised enough. A lot of students don't really know what it is, and it's not being used enough, and it doesn't look classy. So I think that we can take that money and allocate it towards Ram Ride for home football games.
Numerous fee increases await the current Student Fee Review Board, and Dietrich and Muller promise that if elected, they will really take a look at where those student fees are going.
It's going to be us. We know what these student fees do, and we know, a student fee that helps an organization that serves 5% of the student population shouldn't get a 3% increase. That's ridiculous.
And the biggest change Dietrich and Muller want to bring ASCSU?
I mean, a positive attitude can go a long way, and a smile can go a long way. Making someone's day by complimenting them in the littlest, simplest form can go a long way in the long run, and I think that's really what we want to emphasize in those relationships within those student organizations and Student Fee Review Board.
Into CTV Thursday night at 8 p.m. when CTV reporter Katie Spencer takes a look at the Regina and Joe campaign.
All right, thanks, Kirsten. All right, well, we're catching up on campaigns. We also need to catch up on CSU athletics.
Scott, what's going on in the world of sports today?
Thank you, guys. It was the second week of spring practice continued for the Rams, but after a good first practice last week, the end of last week did not go as well. Coach Mack told the players how disappointed he is with their performance since then, saying, "Right now, if we played a game today, I think a 7-year-old Pop Warner team would have probably beat the heck out of us." Not exactly the biggest vote of confidence for our team, but since then, when he said that last Friday, he said how much we've begun to improve this week. And as an extra bit of motivation for the Rams, Coach Mack also took down the sign hanging over the practice field. It used to read, "Championships are won on a daily basis." It now reads, "Nothing." Coach Mack says this is a sign that they will have to earn everything this year. It was also the first opportunity for the Rams to practice in full pads. It might not seem like it's too big of a deal, but it will be the first time the new coaches can get a full look at the new team. And as most of you know by now, the sad news, Coach Miles is officially gone. Sat in for me today when his CSU Twitter account was disabled, and interim head coach Craig Smith got his official Twitter from the university. Players have also began to share their opinions, most recently from junior point guard Dorian Green, saying, "It was definitely a tough time for us, but I don't think any of us are angry at Coach Miles at all. Upset, maybe a little disappointed." But Dorian Green also had a follow-up quote giving us a little bit of hope. He also said, "We've got a good team coming back, so it's time for us to pull together and see what happens. We know how good we can be next year." You know, it's been a sad time for CSU, but, we wish the best for Coach Miles, even though he's going to be in Nebraska now.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about this year in CSU basketball, but it's the years after when everybody's moving on.
When the juniors that are playing right now, our best players are going to be graduating.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I'm a little on the fence about this one, Scott, as you know, because I'm a Nebraska native, and so I know how much that Husker men's basketball team is really going to thrive off of Tim Miles and his coaching experience, and also his recruitment ties
and
as
the
well.
energy.
He's a great coach.
You got to see the energy there.
Yes, absolutely. All right, thanks, Scott. Coming up, CTV was all around campus today, and we'll tell you all about what was going on.
And one car that is utilizing the elephants at the Denver Zoo. We'll show you how that's working right after the break.
You're looking for a new pet? Consider adopting from a shelter. Shelters are full of healthy and loving pets, eager to become a part of your family. To find out more, you can visit theshelterpetproject.org.
All right, welcome back. It's Sexual Awareness Month at CSU, and they're handing out little shindigs like this, like condom roses. So we're going to take a look at the student organizations and crews that are taking it by storm. All week they have been in the Sunken Lounge with programs highlighting sexual awareness with events like GLBT Awareness, Captain Condom, STI, and AIDS Awareness Day, and a question and answer session to inform students of sexual health.
Third day of Sex Week here at CSU, and we're doing condom rose tables and STI awareness posters, trying to educate students about STIs and AIDS and really encourage them to go to Hartshorn Health Center and get tested.
Students traveling through the plaza can get offered a number of things during the day, whether it's pamphlets or flyers. But what about free hugs? Yes, the CSU Yoga Club was in the plaza today, holding up signs and giving out some free hugs in order to spread awareness about the club and as well as to spread the joy of a simple hug.
Why not? Everyone deserves some love. But it's not given enough, and so we wanted to spread it around a little. Give some unconditional love out.
Are gas prices killing you? Well, the power of poop is about to get a little more impressive then. On Wednesday, the Denver Zoo introduced its working prototype of a motorized rickshaw, which runs on animal feces and trash. The vehicle is called Tuk Tuk and was created by the Denver Zoo with gasification technology. It will be in the zoo's newest exhibit, Toyota Elephant Passage, in an effort to create clean energy.
Dylan, that is quite a car.
Yeah, I don't know if I would like driving that around.
I don't know. It definitely cuts down on those gas prices, like you said, though.
Exactly.
All right. Well, that's all the time that we have for you tonight.
Feel free to check in on our website at ctv11.com. We'll see you next week.